Good afternoon, everyone. It's Adrian here. And to all those students that are now working from home and trying to manage online teaching, the schools are doing a fantastic job in the UK and doing their best to help the students who are especially GCSE exam students stay on focus for their upcoming assessments, as the GCSE exams have been cancelled for this year. But it is very important for the students to realise that this does not make the option easier. In fact, in lots of ways, it's harder not to have an exam at the end of the year in order to show what you're able to do. So a lot of the work is going to be now based on teacher assessment and then externally assessed after that. Now, I know it must be really hard to constantly look online to do your work. What I have been doing myself over the festive period has been putting together some um, not so much revision guides in the traditional sense. Um, I've been working out interactive booklets that year 9 to year 11 GCSE students can use to increase their abilities online with their understanding of the subjects. My main impetus today is to talk about two of the GCSE language papers, language paper 1 and language paper 2, where I've put together two revision guides called Adrian's Revision Secrets 1 and Adrian's Revision Secrets 2, both on the AQA board exam system. Now, these guides are a working interactive booklet. They're done in Word format, and the reason they're done in Word format is so that the revision guide can also be a way of practicing the exam assessment type questions that the students will definitely get in their final assessments in year 11. And then there's the opportunity for the earlier students to get ahead of the game on learning about how to work at a better way to achieve better grades. One of the things I've developed is a thing called the SMART method. Now, I've designed this so that it is an acronym for what you should do as a student. SMART stands for, each letter stands for something you have to do as a student. So the S stands for structure your answers. Whenever you do a question, have structure in it. Don't just go at it and write it very quickly. Try to structure your responses a little bit better and with a little bit more order. The M stands for mastering time management. Now, of course, many of the problems that occur in exams and assessments are that students run out of time. And it's almost as if the exam is controlling them rather than them controlling the exam. I will teach you a strategy that makes the student master the time management. The A stands for actioning your plan. So once you've looked at an exam strategy and you've worked out your time management, you now have to have the trust in yourself to action your plan. As you get more proficient and you practice questions, it's very important to, the R stands for refining your skills. And that's the practice. That's where you have a go at one particular type of question, maybe 2 to 3 times, and see how you can improve. And then the last bit, which comes a little bit from my sporting background, is the letter T, which means you should train like an elite sports person. So it's kind of learning new techniques, not sticking to the same ways of doing things year after year. So look, these booklets that I've got, I will try to share my screen. Let me just have a look. Share screen. I will show where I'm going with this. So if I look at this screen here, this is one of the booklets that I'm doing. This is the second one. This is language paper 2, and if you notice, it's got a full contents page, and it shows the cover page of the exam, and then you're actually given questions about the cover page, so you really understand what the exam's about. And then as you go through, there are tips about what you should focus on as a student, and to start developing, for instance, things like your general knowledge, which isn't really taught. And then as you go through, there's an exam strategy, which is time-based, etc., etc. So it's a booklet that then goes through each element of what you should do. So, for instance, the SMART tool that I've talked about, the SMART tool, structure your answers. So there's quite a big element in this where you have time to structure out your answers. So, for instance, there's a page here that says structure your answers starting with question 5, and I've highlighted elements that you should, as a student, always pick out when you read a question, and so on and so on. So it's all very interactive, and gets you to think more than just writing an answer to a question. It's defining what the question means and what the emphasis should be. Anyway, enough of that. So come out of that now and go back into here. So what I'm trying to encourage is that, look, these guides are not for free, only because I've spent an awful amount of time putting them together, but I've knocked down the cost of them. Each of the guides were at like £5.99. Now I've done a lockdown price at £3.99 per guide, which I think is very good value. I've had very good feedback so far from my own students that I teach. I've given them a guide each, but obviously a lot of people can't afford one-to-one tuition, so this is a better option for some people, of being able to have a booklet that talks to you. We have lots of guides and revision guides that you pay an awful amount of money for, £12.99, £14.99 for CGP on guides, and they're very academic guides, very full, very busy, whereas this is more interactive and more user-friendly. Anyway, I'd really appreciate what you think about this. Do get in touch to me with your feedback, and look, if this is one of the answers to the lockdown where you can progress your education further, go straight to my shop on my tuition website and get one of the guides, and then see what happens. Okay, great to speak with you. Would welcome your feedback.